The Egyptian military, EAF, has been on a dramatic expansionary trajectory since July 2013. Having previously been an economic backwater, the EAF has spearheaded enormous state-led investment under President Sisi since 2014. If so, why should Egypt reconsider the military's role in the economy? There are three critical questions. Is the military economy efficient? Does it generate net savings for the public purse? Is it sustainable? Does it offer superior business practices and methods that ensure growth and enhance productivity in the civilian economy? And does it generate economic opportunity for civilian actors and value added? Using a cost-benefit analysis, 5 main sectors of the military economy should be considered. 1. Overall savings. The claim that the military delivers cheaper public goods and services than any civilian counterpart overlooks losses to the public from not paying any taxes, customs, or transport tolls, and the military's access to resources at favorable rates from the state. 2. Public works. The single largest public investment in Egypt is in housing. Although social housing for low-income groups is often cited, the bulk of investment is directed primarily at so-called smart cities aimed at upper-middle-class and expatriate Egyptians, and secondarily at non-Egyptian customers, such as the Syrian and Yemeni business diasporas. 3. Civilian manufacturing. The military plays a big role in manufacturing civilian goods and services. One major impediment in this domain is severe underinvestment in R&D and technological innovation, which reflects Egypt's lack of an industrial strategy and growth model. 4. Farming, extraction, and trade and supply. These are laudable goals with some undeniable achievements. The problem, however, is that they are pursued in ways that largely replicate the rentier model of much of Egypt's political economy and tend to cost more than necessary. 5. Defense industry. The sector's weaknesses are especially apparent in its inability to repair, maintain, and upgrade or adapt its imported defense equipment, which makes up almost all EAF inventories in every branch of service. The defense industry lacks clear and realizable goals and an appropriate strategy for lesson learning and development. In addition to this cost-benefit analysis, there are several economic and moral hazards with deep involvement of the military in economic life, whether in terms of risks towards the internal economy for the country or risks towards professionalism and corruption of the EAF itself. So, what policy options do we have? In other words, how do we assert structures and modalities for effective civilian governance, ensure full disclosure and government control of financial data and resources, and restore the role of government agencies in planning, designing, and managing all state-funded activities intended for the civilian domain? First, military companies should undergo formal debt restructuring and renegotiation of their funding. In short, recommendations for reform are to retain the defense industry, to restructure public works and procurement services and the exploitation of national natural resources, to divest from the production of commodities for civilian markets in a clear and transparent way. These reforms may need to coincide with a strategic economic reorientation, legal, regulatory, and judicial frameworks, financial transparency, defense transformation and spending. The continued expansion of the EAF economic activities poses significant risks like uncontrolled growth and diminishing returns and profit-seeking by the military. Nearly a decade after it was launched on its current expansionary trajectory, the military economy has yet to prove an ability to help generate gains in productivity and value added, domestic savings and surplus capital, private sector investment and development, social inclusion and profitability. This leaves Egypt permanently on a knife edge, vulnerable to external shocks and chronically dependent on politically motivated inflows of capital from sympathetic external actors. To learn more, visit the Malcolm H. Kerr Carnegie Middle East Center website